had a purpose. It wasn't until I read the Quran, then I discovered the verse 52, Surah Al-Dhariyat, where Allah says, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ, that verily I have created mankind, both men and women, except to worship their Lord who created them. So after a while, Islam grew on me. I started to like it more, and I started to practice more. After a while, my friends, I became further and further away with my friends. Even though I tried to still have that relation with them, it was very difficult because they would smoke, for example, weed in my presence, and at that time I would wear an Islamic gown. So I knew that obviously it wasn't healthy for my Islamic lifestyle. So after some years passed, we started to part. Then found myself with a different group, with a different batch of people. Maybe a better batch of people, because they helped me in my religion. And they cared for me more than my previous friends cared for me.
For a person to become a Muslim, then if the person has the basic belief of Islam, and he's convinced that he wants to live this life of Islam, dedicate his life to Islam, then all is required that a person, if he's able to speak, to say, I bear witness, the English meaning, I bear witness that there is none deserving to be worshipped in truth except Allah, and I bear witness that Muhammad is the messenger and the prophet of Allah. After these statements, then the person is deemed as a Muslim. Then start to generally learn the ways of Islam and start to adapt those beliefs and principles and practices.
So that which we find as the name of Allah, we really wouldn't throw it in the dustbin. Rather, we'd either do two things, as Islam teaches us. We either burn it or bury it. So we wouldn't really treat it like any other piece of literature or any other type of word. Doesn't work.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
Abdul Rashid converted to Islam when he was at school, a year after his mother had herself converted. Latifa, who was originally from Scotland, had undertaken a long spiritual search to find the religion which she felt made sense.
The main thing that did attract me to Islam was the La ilaha illallah, which is no one's worthy of worship except Allah. My heart, I can't tell you, it was like it was beating so fast. I felt so excited. I really believed this was what I had been looking for. Don't forget, it took me, I know I say I researched this, it took a long time it wasn't just days or months, it was years. It took me to finally come to the conclusion that Islam was the correct religion. But as soon as I saw La ilaha illallah, really, my heart went 100 miles an hour, really fast. I felt like I was going to explode.
When she became Muslim, I didn't know much about Islam to begin with, or anything about Islam in fact. And watching my mom start praying and reading some books which she had introduced me to, and she was telling me about Islam. And then approximately maybe 1 year later I became Muslim as well. When I became Muslim, everything was very slow. My clothing was a few years down the line. But going into secondary school, although the belief aspect of being a Muslim, I believed in everything, but the practice came afterwards. When you become Muslim, the priority is the prayer. As a Muslim, we're encouraged to do everything in stages. The Quran, it came in stages, it didn't come in one bulk. And so therefore we acquire knowledge in stages, we enter Islam in stages.
And many new Muslims choose a new name.
My name was David before. In Islam, we believe in David. In Arabic, the name is Dawood. I chose to change the name completely to Rashid. I looked in the Muslim book of names, and one of the names I saw was Rashid, and I particularly liked the meaning of Rashid, which is the guider to the straight path, which is an attribute of God. It's only God who guides people, but I hope to be one of the utensils or tools which Allah uses.
First thing, when I wake up quite early in the morning, at 3 o'clock in the morning, dawn, I would pray the first prayer, which is the Fajr. That was the first thing I do in the morning is that I remember my Lord, the one who created me. I would then read some Quran, and that might take me until 5 o'clock
I go back to sleep because I have to go to work a few hours afterwards. So I would then wake up for work, have breakfast.
9 o'clock, I would come to the mosque, meet with the brothers, have a quick chat with the brothers before we all go out to college.